Gentleman from Texas, Mr. Sessions, is now recognized.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Madam Secretary, welcome back. You're here today to discuss this annual report of 2023 from FSOC. And I want to refer to, if you have someone there giving you notes, page 10 of the report. But I'd like to start with, on February 16th, 2022, then the chairman of the Budget Committee, John Yarmuth, said in a well-understood statement, quote, "Congress need not worry about rising borrowing costs because we can print all the money we need," end of quote. The national debt at that time was $30 trillion. It is now $34 trillion, and the national debt will triple, just the projection, from $475 billion in 2022 to $1.4 trillion in 2032. At what point does this become a problem? And I say this because your own report says on page 10, higher interest rates and slowing economic growth, they correspond to each other, have increased non-financial corporate credit risk. If credit quality significantly worsens, a potential wave of debt defaults could lead us to large redemptions at investment funds with significant liquidity mismatches and in turn disrupt bond market functions. Moreover, such defaults may have a cascading effect across broader financial markets. Madam Secretary, tell me about what Chairman John Yarmuth, a Democrat from Kentucky, said, and tell me your viewpoint.
Well, let me make sure. Your question was about the federal debt, was it not?
Well, of course it is. That's what John Yarmuth was
Yeah.
talking about, Chairman of the Budget Committee.
Well, I think it's critically important that the U.S. Be on a fiscally sustainable path. And President Biden has put forward a series of budget proposals, most
Spending
recently,
proposals.
No, and also tax proposals and investment proposals that would, I believe, guarantee that we are on a fiscally sustainable path.
Does that mean ever attempting to balance any one particular year over the next 50 years?
Well, I don't think the budget needs to be balanced to be
This
on a
is what I wanted to
fiscally.
get at. So your tendency is to say, as Mr. Yarmuth did, Congress need not worry about rising borrowing costs. As you know, Treasury and the Fed are going to have to go to the marketplace and pay an extra large amount of money because of the risk that our debt now poses to the United States. And so they are paying record amounts for Treasury, which takes money that is in banks, local banks, out of local banks that provide small business loans, housing loans, that provide agricultural loans, that do all these things. It's shifting the marketplace literally $10 trillion from where it had been in stability to now to the Fed.
I believe that.
And we're paying for that.
I agree with you that we need to be on a fiscally sustainable path. And it's critical to reduce deficits in order to ensure that that's the case. And that is why President Biden's budget for 2024 proposed an additional $2.5 trillion of deficit reduction, coupled with investments in our economy that are critical to ensure that we grow and collect tax revenues that are.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I would tell you that putting 10 million new illegal people in this country and living in Central Texas, seeing the federal government let all these people in, give them free ticket rides, cell phones, go to the city of their choice, live in housing to knock children out of their own school, protect them at Chicago International Airport, doing all these things is not wise management of our resources. Mr. Chairman, and Madam Chairman, I want to thank you for being here. Mr. Chairman, I yield back my time.
I thank the gentleman